room in the Troubadour writing songs every day. And one day this chubby little guy walked in and started singing harmony with us. And he said, "I want to be in your band." I said, "Well, we don't really have a band, David. We're just writing some songs here." He said, "Oh, come on, man. If I can be in your band, I know this guy's got a recording studio we could use for free." I said, "You're in." So David Crosby took us over to meet his friend Jim Dixon, who is a producer-engineer at World Pacific Records in Hollywood. And Jim kind of took us under his wing and became our manager and let us record on the tape machines at World Pacific every night after all the sessions were over. It didn't take very long to figure out that three guys with one acoustic 12-string guitar didn't sound anything like the Beatles. And we wanted to sound like the Beatles. So we needed some more musicians. We needed a drummer and a bass player. We saw this guy walking in front of the Troubadour. It looked just like two of the Rolling Stones. We said, "Let's get him." So we got him to come over. His name was Michael Clark. I said, "Hey, you know how to play the drums?" He said, "Well, I play a little congas, man." Good enough. So we got him some cardboard boxes, and we taped a tambourine on top, and he learned how to play the drums on that. And then we got Chris Hillman to come over from Westwood, where he was in a bluegrass band, and we gave him this $35 bass that we had. I said, "Here, figure this out." And he went, "Okay." He had it right away. So we had musicians. We had a drummer and a bass player, but we didn't have any decent instruments. We had cardboard boxes, $35 bass, and one acoustic 12-string guitar. We needed some real instruments, so we went to see the movie A Hard Day's Night and copied down what the Beatles were playing. Okay, Ringo Starr had Ludwig drums. We copied Ludwig drums. And John Lennon had a little Rickenbacker guitar. And George Harrison had a Gretsch guitar, yeah. And Paul McCartney had a Hofner bass, looked like a violin. And then George came back out with a Rickenbacker. It looked like a 6-string guitar from the front, but when he turned sideways, you could see 6 other tuning pegs sticking out the back. And I went, "Oh, man, that's an electric 12-string. I got to get one of those." So I did. I got one of those. So we had instruments, but we didn't have a name. We were sitting at the Thanksgiving table, just trying to cook up a name. And somebody said, "What about the Birdseeds?" I said, "Oh, man, that's too cute." No. They said, "Well, what about the Birds?" Well, back in 1964, birds meant girls in England, and we didn't want to be the girls. So they said, "Well, what if you change the spelling? What about B-U-R-D-S?" We went, "Ooh." Then we came up with a B-Y-R-D-S, and we had a name, but we didn't have a record deal. So we went to audition for this agent in Hollywood named Benny Shapiro, and we did a couple of songs for him in his living room, and we didn't know it. And he had a 14-year-old daughter upstairs, came running down the stairs, "Daddy, Daddy, who's that?" She thought the Beatles were in her house. And the next day, Miles Davis came over to talk to Benny because it was his agent. And Benny's telling Miles, "You know, funny thing happened last night. These kids came over to audition, and my daughter flipped out. She thought they were great." And Miles said, "Well, kids have a way of knowing things like that." So he picked up the phone, he called Columbia Records. He said, "You know that rock band you're looking for? I think I got them for you." And they signed us on his recommendation. So we had a record deal. But Columbia was a very, very conservative label. They were known for their show tunes and classical music. They were scared of rock and roll, so they only let us record one single. And if we got a hit with the single, then we could go back in the studio and record the rest of the album. So we needed a really strong song, and nobody thought any of our songs were strong enough. But somebody had heard about a Bob Dylan song that he wasn't going to use because somebody was singing out of tune on it. So they sent to New York, and they got a copy of it sent out. And we sat around the floor of the World Pacific studio listening to this demo. About 5 minutes long and 2/4 time. It sounded like, "Well, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you." And David Crosby said, "I don't like it, man." He said that folky 2/4 time, it's never going to play on the radio. Well, David had a point. The radio wasn't playing a lot of folk songs anymore. They were playing the Beatles and the Stones. So I had an idea how to fix that song up for the radio.
Rickenbacker.
Got my electric Rickenbacker 12-string out. And I've been playing around on it with a little thought, what if you put a little something like that on the front for an intro and then kick the whole thing up with a Beatle beat? It might come out okay for radio, and it came out like... I'm going to stand up and go over that other